Hey, today we're at Calvary Chapel Community Church with Pastor Greg. Yeah, I've driven past this building many times, and it used to be like a gymnastics place.
Yeah, it was Rising Star Gymnastics until 2007, 2008.
And that's when you guys took
that's
it over.
That's when we came in.
Okay, so just give us some general information about the church.
Calvary Chapel is it's a non-denominational, just a Bible-believing, Bible-teaching church. We have a primary desire that people would just know that God created them, that He loves them, and that they would choose to love Him back. We actually prayed. Lord, we want to be in the center of the city. We wanted to be able to meet the needs of people from all different socioeconomic statuses, and so we have that here. Just encouraging people to fall in love with Jesus, have a personal relationship. A lot of people know Calvary Chapel now because a year ago, the Jesus Revolution movie came out, and the Jesus Revolution movie is basically the story of Greg Laurie, who's a Calvary Chapel guy. He was one of Pastor Chuck's first intern pastors. And then here's Kay Smith, Chuck's wife, saying, I just have a heart. They would go down to the beach in Southern California, and they would just see these lost people and say, those people need Jesus. And so they had kids that were about the age of a lot of these young people, and he said, well, bring us home some hippies, and they did. And so Kay and Chuck both fell in love with reaching out to them, and the church, it was a couple hundred people, and then all of a sudden it blew up, and they had to build these large tents, and they would invite, we call it contemporary Christian music now, but they would bring these Christian musicians in, and they would do music, and then Pastor Chuck or my pastor, Mike McIntosh, or Greg Laurie would get up and preach the gospel, and you'd see hundreds of people get saved. We're the only church in the city that has a radio station, doing it to 98.3, that's on the FM dial. It's an LPFM, it's a low-power FM station. And we have probably 15 of the most solid sound doctrine pastors, and interspersed through that, we have contemporary Christian worship from the 70s all the way through, the Lauren Daigle stuff that is popular today. So when people come, our services are usually about an hour and a half long, about a half an hour of worship, and then we teach for an hour. So our sermons address relevant and applicable things that are going on in our culture today. We have a great children's ministry. It's on the other side of the building. The same philosophy of ministry flows through all of that. We expect God to be able to work in those kids. So we teach them the Bible. We have an Awana program here on Wednesday nights. So our services are Sunday morning, 10 a.m. We have our Wednesday night service at 6:30. We have a meal before that at 5:30. And so our Awana program actually starts at 6:30, and we start in here on Wednesday nights with worship, and because there are some churches that don't offer a Wednesday night service. So stay plugged into your home church, but if you want some supplemental teaching, come and join us. When you come, the dress is casual, the people are kind and welcoming. I try to train our people that it doesn't matter if they're here for one service or they've been here for the 23 years that we've been here, that they're all going to be loved and appreciated and respected the way that Jesus would. And you can check us out on Facebook, you can check us out on YouTube, you can check us out on Rumble at Calvary Chapel Rapid City or Calvary Chapel Community Church. He called me to shepherd a portion of his flock, and I couldn't be more grateful. I'm going to go pedal to the meadow for Jesus.